By the way, this screwdriver I'm using is a Ryobi screwdriver. I got it at Lowe's about well over a year ago. I've charged it once in the time I've had it, and it's just worked really well. So, highly recommended. I got a stubborn screw. Okay. Should be able to see that the screws aren't quite tightened down all the way. There's still some gap between the head and the screw head itself. So what I want to do is I want to start screwing these down. I want to use a logical pattern to keep the head down flat. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to go all the way across and do the one opposite of that. Come over here, do the same thing, come all the way across the one opposite of it. Again, don't want to torque them down too tight. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way around until we get everything tightened down. There we go. All good and tight. There's our trigger mechanism. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the holes with JB weld, and we'll set that aside while we make the rest of our RPG. Simple stuff. Okay, so this is what we're going to use to fill the holes with. It's just JB weld. You can get it at Walmart, Kmart, any of your automotive stores. It dries really hard, pretty quick. Biggest thing with this stuff is you got to mix it 50-50. And try not to get it on you because it doesn't come off very easily. Okay, we just got to pop a hole in each end. Just basically an epoxy paste that gets really hard is what it is. So let's try to squeeze out equal amounts of each. You want to make sure you got enough to fill both the holes. I just mix it in these little Dixie cups I bought at Sam's Club. I got about a lifetime supply of them for about 10 bucks. You can see it's two different colors. And two different colors are really handy for when you mix it. You'll get a nice consistent color when they're mixed properly. Cap back on them. That black stuff is the reason you don't want to get it on your hands. It really doesn't want to come off. So we'll mix that up. Real thick stuff. So it's kind of hard to mix. Want to make sure you use a nice sturdy mixing stick with it. Just smells like household epoxy. Mix it up real good. Okay, you see how the color is nice and consistent on it now. Nice color to it. It's all no streaking in it. And we're going to take that, roll up a nice blob of it on your stick there, and start stuffing it down in that hole. See how it's being stuffed down in that hole? We're just going to fill that hole right up. Careful if you can not to get any outside of the hole. And then take and just kind of smooth it over. Try to make it look as neat as you can, because this stuff is going to get hard enough that you could actually tap it if you needed to. Tap and drill it. Really neat stuff. So we'll just try to make that smooth. I'll clean up the excess with a oh, I'm not even getting in the video there. Get it nice and smooth, as you can. We'll clean up the excess with a paper towel here in a minute. I'm going to do the same thing on this back hole. I'm going to get as much of it as I can pressed down into that hole, and I want to press it down in there so it'll actually grip the threads that are in it. And see here, I've got the push it down inside. Again, when we're done, we're going to clean it up with a paper towel. Now this is all going to get painted, so it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of discoloration. I paint mine anyway. I like to do a kind of a camo job, or just paint them in a paint them to look olive drab. Looks real well. That's smoothing out real nice there. So let me go ahead and clean up the excess JB weld. Just take a paper towel and clean that off real quick. There we go. Cleans up pretty easily. Just like I said, don't get it on your skin. If you do and you have some alcohol, some isopropyl alcohol or some rubbing alcohol, that will help get any epoxy product off your hand. Actually, learn that well. So you can see we got it nice. See how shiny that turned out? That means it's nice and smooth on top. Same thing on the other end. So I got a little bit of excess on there, but I'm going to paint it, so I'm not really worried about it. We'll just let that set till it cures, and we'll make the rest of the RPG while we're doing it. Set that aside. Okay, and you can really start pretty much anywhere you want to with the remainder of it. First thing we got to do is we're going to make the air tank. Is where I'm going to start at. Let me go the right way with the video camera here. So we got our 1 foot section of 3-inch PVC. We're also going to use our 3-inch to 2-inch adapter here, and we're going to use the cap. So anywhere the PVC is going to make contact, you see it's going to go in probably about that far. I want to prime it with our PVC primer. And be very careful with this stuff. This is PVC primer. It's very low viscosity. It goes everywhere. Doesn't take a whole much. So we want to prime our mating surfaces here. So go ahead and when you lift it up, squeegee off quite a bit of what's on there, because you don't need a whole bunch. And then we'll take it and we'll just go around, and you can probably see it's starting to run everywhere. But just go around it. Don't want a whole bunch on there, just enough to color it really. That's what we're looking for, a nice even coat. Okay, we're going to do both ends, because we're going to put stuff on both ends of this pipe. So we'll go ahead and do both ends. Nice smooth coating. Let that set aside. Don't get this stuff on you. Again, this is something else that doesn't like to come out, and it probably won't come out of your clothes if you get them on there. So, word to the wise. They do the same thing on the inside of here. Don't want it puddling up at all. Just nice even coating. You see the coating I got on there, fairly even. Okay. This one we're going to put stuff in both ends, so we'll go ahead and prime both ends of it. We'll prime the inside there, nice even coat. On the outside, yeah, the larger side here. Again, it doesn't take much at all to prime these, and it doesn't take any time at all to dry. If we get some on the outside, again, we're going to paint it, so I don't care. If you're going to make it white, then you want to pay attention to it. But I usually make mine, like again, painted a dark green color just to add a little more realism to it. If you can have realism with an RPG. So. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to glue these together, and that's pretty much cured enough there, that primer has. So I'm going to take our PVC glue here, just the put the lid back under so I don't dump it while I'm showing it to you, but it's PVC cement. We're going to take that. Again, it's got the little squeegee ball on there. Not really a squeegee ball, but it's like a cotton ball in here. We're going to take off all the excess, and this is another spot we don't want to have a lot of excess when we put it on, and you don't have much time to work this once you start putting it on. So get your nice coat of it on there, and then we're going to put it on here, and we're going to slide it together and tamp it on. Make sure it's on there good and tight. A lot of times I like to smack it on the floor like that to make sure it's on there well.